Hello, everyone. Today is Friday, July 18, 2025. Your update for Monday the 20th. All right, let's go. Well, okay day overall in the portfolio. Up a smidge, I believe. TGN helping out a little. Kind of a bumpy ride there. No setups going into tomorrow, or Monday, I should say. There is one that sort of caught my eye in here. This ADPT initially caught my eye. Kind of a double top knockout look to it. Over the intermediate term, it looks pretty good. Longer term, though, it's kind of all over the place a little bit. It doesn't have too many bad memories for a while, but I think let's just pass for now, and let's see what the market gives us or what setups are provided over the next few days. Let's take a look at the portfolio real quick, and then we'll pop out to the overall market. Oh, wrong portfolio. That's an old portfolio. I've done that before. Take a look at the real portfolio. BTM, wow, look at that. It was off to the races. Kind of was getting encouraged here, but unfortunately came back in, so that's a bit of a bummer, obviously. KGC just kind of hangs in there, down a little bit today. I'd like to see these goals, obviously, take a not look back. KTOS closed at all-time highs, off its best levels, but hey, all-time highs nonetheless. TFPM up a little bit. Longer term, still looks like it's at a pretty darn good trend. TGN, a nice little trigger there. Nice initial follow-through, at least. Not too far away from all-time highs. All-time highs in IPOs, as you know, is a very good thing. VG tried to rally, came back in. Kind of hanging in there. You know me, I like to see some new highs and that IPT banged out sooner rather than later. Let's take a look at the overall market, and let's drill down a little. First of all, S&P 500, not a whole lot to report there. Kind of Flatsville, bit of a opening gap reversal, but not too much to report. Just off of all-time highs. I'd like to see it accelerate higher, obviously, and not look back for a while. Anyway, let's take a look at the NASDAQ. A bit of an opening, sort of an opening gap reversal there. Still closed slightly higher in the day, and that's enough to keep it at all-time highs. Rusty 2000. A little bit more exacerbated opening gap reversal there. A gap and higher coming back in. Still below some resistance. I'd sure like to see it blow through that resistance and not look back for a while. Gold's been losing steam in here as of late. It did end a little higher. That's the commodity. Longer term, still in an uptrend, but it's having one heck of a consolidation by trading sideways. Gold stocks, same sort of action happening there too. Ideally, I'd like to see a breakout, of course, and not look back. I know some of this stuff is captain obvious. Broker-dealer closed at all-time highs, up a little, but all-time highs nonetheless. Well, that's 0.75%. Squint your eyes. It doesn't look like much, but it is 0.75%. Biotech getting whacked fairly hard. Lots of overhead supply there. Again, though, on an individual issue basis, I am seeing some stocks that are worthwhile. Software stalling out a little bit. It really hasn't cleared this prior peak decisively just yet. Of course, and again, I like to see that happen. Defense a little bit higher, but that's enough to keep it at all-time high. So that's certainly and obviously a good thing. One thing I wanted to mention tonight, I do take a look at all the sectors, and I know a lot of times I just show you where the strength is, but there are some sectors out there that aren't doing fantastic, such as healthcare. This is begging out new lows. So, but for the most part, most areas are doing fairly well lately. Take a look at wind. It's actually doing pretty good. It doesn't have quite as much overhead supply as does solar, so that's kind of interesting. Pot stocks came back in a little bit. So far, though, it looks like they're trying to bottom out yet again. Palladium came in a little, but it's been kind of melting up as of late. Ditto for platinum. Metals overall actually managed to close at new highs, so that's certainly and obviously a good thing. Financials, kind of Flatsville there, not a whole lot to report. Again, I'd like to see these prior highs get taken out with vigor. So overall, things still look pretty good. There is some weakness here and there, but for the most part, things continue to improve. We are kind of losing a little tiny bit of steam in here based on today's action. Let's see what Monday brings. Let's not get too excited one way or the other. One day at a time, you know the routine. But as long as we're at or near new highs, let's give the market the benefit of the doubt. Everybody have a fantastic weekend. If you have any questions, you know the routine. Thank you so much.